What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files live Thursday night. Just one more day in the week. We're almost there. Congratulations. We've almost made it on our way to an exciting weekend for me. Hopefully, it'll be a really great Sunday. So, hopefully, that'll pan out just the way I want it. Hopefully, y'all are doing well. Also, see a bunch of y'all already here in the chat. Hope you all are having a good day so far. Blake Tarpley first. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Figure family. That Copper Kid is looking pretty metallic, more so than the first few figures. Will there be a toy version? That's a super blingy metallic one? Probably. I mean, you know how Super 7 likes to do. They'll throw something out there and like, here's this version. Now here's the version that you really wanted all along. But I'm fine with that one because that's really what I needed to get the main crew down. And then I'll take any figures of the mob basically that they make. But this is really good to have a team completed because you don't want to go years and years and then, sorry, the money's ran out. And now we're not going to ever get a Copper Kid. James Green had to pre-order that Copper Kid to finish the team. Exactly. Can wait for the bike. Did you pick up anything this week? Hey, it's my line, James. 80s skipper and 90s. Jeff, what are your left? It was just Falcon. Tom Finn 2018. I wondered the employee that spilled black paint all over that Daredevil prototype got fired. I hope not. Sure it was an accident. Man, see, I love the cell shading on those figures because I was looking at this poster of Marvel characters right on my way down to the basement. It's got all the characters A through Z, or as many as they can come up with, and the Daredevil picture that they have has him coated in all that black cell shading. So that's awesome. I think him, Cyclops is another one that I think of when I see their outfits, that mix of blue, black, red, and black, Fantastic Four, that helps with their costumes. So, I mean, I still want a cell-shaded version of the Fantastic Four. Maybe that's who we'll get in that line to do our full Secret Wars, the cartoon. What's up, Afton Child? How are you? Every time I see the countdown to the video starting, I think of Wayne's World. Wayne's World! What's up, Tom Finn? Daredevil does look good. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to make a dad joke. Dad jokes are always welcome here. I love a good pun. It's like those insurance commercials where it's trying to get the guys to stop being like their parents. Love those. 80s Kid, we are live. It's not recorded. Everything is happening right now at this very moment, as we say. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff, let's talk toys. Once again, let's do it. Jamelin Parks. What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, man? How are you? Tom Fink. Jeffrey kicking it old school with the hoodie today. I mean, it's our weather here. Maryland is kind of funky. It's really cold some days. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 60s, and Saturday is supposed to be 65. But then, other days gonna be like in the 40s. So gotta dress appropriately. And you might not be able to appreciate it, but have all these lights going. So you gotta have the fan. I think you can see it. There we go. Through Green Arrow and Wonder Woman. Man, navigating the camera so well. Anyway, so I have to have the fan on, and the hoodie keeps everything nice and warm. Check out the new shirt, rocking today. Black Panther. Can't go wrong with that. Snake Eyes. Hello. John Morrissey. Hey, Jeff. Happy live stream to all the members of the Lyles League. I like that. That's clever. I like that a lot. Smash that like button, y'all. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Turtle Busters. Of course they make Daredevil. It's not the one people want. Normal Daredevil. Turtle Busters. I mean, I like the cell-shaded version, and I dig that. So I think for everybody who wanted them, that regular kind of deal with the colors, that's an ideal way to do it because you're not missing out on the version you wanted to get. This is a special variant version that if you don't care about Hydra Man, you're all good. So it's all fine. Not 80s good. Now we need that 90s Spider-Man since they revealed Daredevil. Which 90s Spider-Man? You talking about Ben Reilly with the hoodie? And I did see your video on General Harrison Dollar figure. Everybody check out 80s Kids video. It's pretty cool, as always. Federal Prime, what's up? Hail and well met, Jeffrey and Plastic Family. How are you, BP? Turtle Busters, what's been up, by the way? Nothing much. How about with you? Did Todd make a normal Superman yet? Depends on your definition of normal. I mean, he's kind of zigzagging here, there, everywhere, back here and back again, kind of. So I don't know. But he doesn't have the Hobbit license yet, does he? This one gloves and boots should be black. You're talking about Daredevil? Jamie Price. I think the shading on this one looks pretty cool. And they just made an all red Daredevil not too long ago. Exactly. I mean, you know, I love this. I love the shading. That's great for Daredevil. It's that time of the week. What did you all pick up and what did y'all grab? I didn't pick up anything physically. I don't have anything to my left, on my left. Nothing here right now. But it's just like, you know, we'll get there eventually. Chess Dreads, what's going on, man? Thanks for the free advertising. 80s Kid, I thought that paycheck was coming, buddy. No, it's all good. But I did take advantage of a sale from my affiliate, Entertainment Earth. Use my code for anything in stock. Get free shipping, $79 or more. Free shipping and 10% off. That's Lyles, LYLESMF. Tell him Jeff sent you. Anyway, so I picked up or placed my order for this amazing deal. The Silverhawks, because we're all about Silverhawks. Silverhawks today, Ultimate Steelheart, $13.75. I mean, that deal is unbeatable. I have had her in my cart for a minute when she hit $22, and not because I thought that was a bad price. I didn't even think it would get this low. And I was like, wow, okay, that's even better. So put in the pre-order for her. And also, well, not pre-order. They're in stock, just waiting for them to ship. And for Buzzsaw, and $22 straight up for him. That's a great price. So those Silverhawks were a killer deal. I couldn't resist getting them at this point because it's like that's too good to pass up. And as usual, they've got all kinds of great sales over at Entertainment Earth and some crazy deals going on. Let me show you some of the other stuff they've got because it's a wild and wacky time over there. So let's see these outlet deals. I should just take away all of the pops to make that easier. But see, $13.75 for her. The Ultimate Armored Monstar was $21.25. He is a massive figure. I got him for cheap, not that cheap. And I don't feel too terrible about the price I paid for him. But man, getting that figure for $22 was a really good deal for everybody who took advantage of it. But now, wave 2 of the G.I. Joe Ultimates are now $22. So that's Lady J, Baroness, and Flint. $22. I may have to experiment. I know Flint's paint job doesn't look as good as this, but I may have to see if I can do some paint work because my man Flint for that price didn't seem like a bad deal at all. So he's on this sale, and who else is available on this one? Because it was really good stuff they've got. I mean, Dr. Everson, I should have grabbed him. $375. Just like take him, please. Omega, everybody who was looking for her can get her super cheap. Bad Batch Season 3 coming up, now loading. This great Luke Skywalker in the Yavin ceremony, $525. Scarecrow from Infinite Frontier, $425. I don't even need to round it up that high. So really strong stuff to grab here from them. Ultimates Grimlock from Super 7. So if you just want to keep a really basic one, transformed in Dino mode with a ton of accessories, including Wheelie, the drinks for him to serve people, his mind device where he empowers, and the Computron. Where are those guys? Where are those guys? Technobots. Got them. He's got the apron too to go along with this. So a ton of great gear for Grimlock. That's a really fun figure. Great addition to the line. So you want these figures? They're really cheap over there. Let's see what you guys got. Turtle Busters. I got Smiling Superman and Mullet Superman and some Sonic figures. Nice. FTT Lions BK. Hey, LMF crew. I had a tough and hard week, but I'm happy being here with all of you. Man, I'm feeling you. I had a rough week too, and I'm glad to be hanging out with you all. Hopefully, your week is getting better. If nothing else, you've got a good weekend to look forward to. So, here's a huge online hug, fist bump, all that good stuff, and even a high five just for you. Hope you felt it through the power of the YouTube chat. Green Man. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Green Man? How are you today? Badgerville Prime, nothing better than hanging out, talking figures, and making flatbread pizzas on a Thursday night. Oh man, you got the huge oven to make your flatbread pizzas. That's awesome. I'm getting pizza from my favorite place. It's an hour out for me, so it's not some place that I can go to all the time. But I'm really looking forward to having it tomorrow. So I'm feeling you. I won't be talking figures. I'm trying to figure out what movie I'm going to watch as I have my great pizza. So we'll figure it out. Judge Reds, I finally got my Haya toys. I always hear Haya like that. King Ghidorah, and it's awesome. What'd you think? Were they good figures? You like them? Tober Supreme, Mayfex Steel was on sale on Big Bad Toy Store. That's in the mail, both Mayfex, Hush Batman. Yeah, I mean, on the dashboard, I was like, run, don't wait, get these figures. Big Bad Toy Store has had some great sales. Oh, I mean, they've been doing great sales for a minute now, but those Mayfex deals, I was like, gosh, guys. And I was so excited when I got Cyborg Superman for under $90 and see it was on sale for $62. I was like, you guys, everybody who hadn't grabbed that figure is getting a really solid deal to get that thing for that cheap. So today's sales, because every day they switch them up. Deluxe Boba Fett, $21. It's not a bad price. I feel like I've gotten it for even cheaper, but that's a really good price for that. The Universal Monsters Leonardo, $25. Purgatory, $60. That's 20% off. Not as good as some of their other ones. These Power Rangers X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lightning Collection, Morph Raphael and Foot Soldier Tommy for $27.50. That's a good deal. And I want to get all of these at once, but yeah, that's a really good price for them. Princess Bride figures, not terrible, but I've seen them at Ross, so they were cheaper than this price point. So decent stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they pop out tomorrow because you never know what's going to come. And lately it's been, oh, I wanted that figure. So, I have to kind of hold off on some spending to see what they're going to have on their big clearance every day. Jamelin, Tunnel Rat, Ultimate Ahsoka. Oh, Ultimate Asuka? Oh, I didn't realize she was already out. That's cool. She looks cool. Did you like her? Green Man, I recently bit the bullet and picked up the collector's edition, Platinum Edition, Classic Wonder Woman. She goes for way too much. Had to get one that wasn't too bad. How much was not too bad, Green Man? Legacy Lions, got my Mezco Dr. Doom, sweet, and Transformers Siege Skylinks. Both are magnificent. I need to get Skylinks. He's one that was sold out when I decided to get back into Transformers, and now that I see he's back in, it's like, got to get you on my list, man. Got to get him on there. Judge Dreds. I also got McFarlane Steel and Frankenstein for $23. I like Frankenstein more. I'm not hearing a lot of good things about this McFarlane Steel. What's the problem with them? Because I know a lot of folks that I've been reading in the chats and just in different comments here, they have not been enjoying that figure. And that was one I was really looking forward to. I mean, I know it's not total Reign of Superman version Steel, but I'm a little bit disappointed to hear people are not liking that figure. Which ones are still available, Turtle Busters? Because I'm broke. I got Funko Pop, Asuka. Let's see. Asuka and Ahsoka are messing me up. Ahsoka Thrawn last week. Nice. That's a good pickup. Rodney Sessoms, what's going on? Good evening, Jeffrey. I just ordered the McFarlane DC Classic Superman Steel and 2 of Halo Spartan Collection Wave 7 figures this evening via GameStop, and the Star Wars Beats Vintage Collection E-Wing yesterday. That's some good hauls there. I'm really kind of like, they're doing so much great stuff for the Vintage Collection. Their prices still seem a little bit high, but they're really putting a lot of good stuff out there. I really enjoy my Legacy United animated Bumblebee. It's a great figure. Glad to hear it, 80s Kid. Robert says, I had a good week. 50th Viper. Man, a 50th Viper to add to the army? How are you stocking up on all these Vipers? I finally have a space cleared away in the figure room for all of my Ultimates, my classified series G.I. Joes. And you might find this hard to believe. It's got 3 shelves and they're like probably this long. And it's almost full. I'm like, what in the world is happening? I mean, I had like my Joes on the top, and I had them separated, grouped together from the year they were released. Old school release dates, not classified series release dates. So I've got them, and I still got a pretty decent amount of space for them, enough for say 1 Dragonfly, and then I've got 2 shelves of Cobras. I haven't put the His tank up yet, and then I've got all my armies of bats, vipers, and alley vipers, bull rats, eels, snow serpents, and somehow I don't know how this has happened, but the space is already starting to get a little bit tight. And I thought I was going to have a lot more time to keep putting in more figures and not even starting to feel the crunch, which is wild. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but kind of okay with it. Maybe by the time it's all said and done, I have 2 facing shelves. So right now, I've got G.I. Joe on one, and I've got Transformers on the other. Maybe ultimately what's going to happen, we're just going to put all the Joes in these middle shelves in my figure room. But I'll post some photos as I get closer along to making this come together the way I want it. But pretty excited about that. David just sitting and waiting for that Super 7 Biggie to go on sale. Now, there is a plan. Yeah. The day he goes on sale, I'm on it. So maybe I should take a page out of your book there, David, because that would be a good one to get on sale. Henry G. Hey, Jeff. What's up, man? Thursday night crew. Hope it was a good week for y'all. Especially for some of us. But we're here. We're having a good time. So there's still time for the week to get better. Vin Doom. What up, Jeff and LMF crew? What's up, Vin Doom? Appreciate that, brother. It was much needed. Absolutely, man. I mean, if we can't be civil to each other online, where else can we be? David, I'm feeling cheese pain yesterday. Needed 1 rebound by Harden and they pulled him. That's terrible. I mean, that's why I haven't gotten into that, because it's like I would be way too obsessed and going, no, you fools. So I just need to keep staying away and looking at it from a distance. Devin Bernard, what's going on? I found Fright feature Ray at Target and a Black Series Baby Grogu at Ross today. The Baby Grogu at Ross, I'm assuming this is the same one that I got. This one that I'm grabbing from the side of the figure shelf. This figure is so great for Ross because that's all this figure needed to be. I can't believe this sucker was originally $25. That's insane. Getting this for $6 is a really good deal. So congratulations, because that's the only price we really should have been offered to pay for that bad boy in the first place. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to these comments here. Excuse me. Tom Finn 2018. Thank you so much for the 1999 super chat. Really appreciate that. Should have a little bell to ring when there's super chats. That'd be fun. Hopefully you'll be able to put this towards a 49ers Super Bowl 58 champions hoodie for next Thursday's chat. Man, I don't know how crazy I'm going to be next week if the Niners win. Because, oh man, have I been waiting for this for so long. One of my college buddies hit me up today and was like, man, the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl, we were over at your parents' house. And I was like, yeah. And that was our second year of college. And it was like, yeah, it's been way too long. So looking forward to doing that. And yes, I will be armed up with so much championship gear. I may have the official hat that the 49ers won at the ceremony. The t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the hoodies. I may just go really nuts with that. So it should be a whole event. Badger Wolf Prime, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it, my man. went to a local comics shop and scored an Animal Wars of the Kingdom General Thane and Star Wars Vintage Collection Captain Rex and Echo. And I'm really waiting for the good folks at Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series team to go, you know what? They could probably use another Captain Rex and some affordable, read non-Walmart exclusive figures. So congratulations on that score. And I'd love to see a picture if you've got both of them opened up already. That Animal Warriors line looks like they do some really cool stuff. So send photos away. I love looking at people's stuff when they get them. All right, let's see here. See where we go. Okay. 80s Kid says the next Star Wars figure I'm getting is Boba Fett Mando. But who knows when that will? That is always a question with you, 80s Kid. Because you'll go, I'm going to get this figure, I'm going to get it. And then when you get it, it's like, bam, there goes that video. So I know you got it. So hopefully it won't be too soon or too long before we get that video up. David Thanos just got an email. Jamie Hayter, 1 of 1,000 is in the mail. Crazy story. I actually found that figure at a Target. And I have stopped hunting for AEW figures. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's a really nice looking figure. But it's so wild when I find their chase figures because I have pretty decent luck finding them in the stores. And I'm never searching for those figures. I guess that's the key, right? Don't look for it and then bam, here it is. So congratulations. I hope you're looking forward to it. Are you going to open it? Blake, what's your style of pizza, Jeff? New York, crust, thin, deep dish. So my spot is called Armand's, and they used to have a whole bunch of them around this area, and it's thick. They put a good amount of cheese. The kind of like back when you're little, they have to take the big, almost shovel-like scoop to pick it up, and it's like, man. So when they lift it and raise it out of the pan, the cheese is just great. It's hot, so you have to wait a couple seconds because otherwise the roof of your mouth is like fire, fire, fire. It's crazy, but that is my favorite. Also like medium-sized crust. Not really a fan of thin crust. My parents love Litos. Don't know how widespread that is, but it is like that thick. And they put one topping on each slice. They cut it up really small, and it's just like, wow. So you feel like you have to eat like 10 slices before you feel like you've had pizza from them. But yeah, Armand's is my favorite. There's a local chain. I don't know how far up and down the East Coast it goes, called Bocelli's, that I also really like. So those are my pizza spots. And then depending on the day and who makes it, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, solid. Domino's changed the recipe, and I'm not a fan. But that used to be my go-to because back in college, they would have $5 pizzas. Anyway, let's get off the pizza talk because I'm going to get hungry again. Robert's Infinite Realm says, also got a bunch of Jurassic Park dinos on clearance. Highest I paid was $12. Where did you find them? At Target? It was funny. I saw the Chris Pratt figure, and for that small a scale, the likeness was incredible. I was like, wow, that's a really good deal. And they had a lot of accessories. I was pretty impressed with it. I was just looking. If I was in a Jurassic Park at all, I would be all over that line because the dinosaurs have such great detail and all this cool stuff. It's like, man, they're doing it. I was at 5 and Below earlier tonight, and I've never seen this. And it's been a long time since 5 and Below was a spot to actually find worthwhile figures. I used to hit them up weekly because they would have good stuff, but now it's just wild. So I saw this thing today, and they're called fart carts. Crazy. I hope you guys can read the titles of these figure/racers. Crazy stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is what's passing for figures at 5 Below now. So, and I was like, what the heck is the deal with these? Because it's like, they have, the first one is called the S period Kid, Cool Wipes, and Captain Corn. And I did not notice fart carts. I was like, did someone sneak this through at the buyers at 5 and Below? I miss the days when I could find DC figures, Marvel Legends. Now they're the fart carts. Anyway, rough times at 5 and Below. Judge Dreds, yes. I is killing SHF Monster Arts. That's good to hear. Ben Doom, finally got my Storm Collectible Shao Kahn. Nice. I live, and I'm sure you also love the figure. Also got Storm Collectibles, came from Tekken on sale. How much did you pay for King? King is such a fun figure. It is like, oh man, I can do all the wrestling poses with this guy. And every time with the Storm collectible figures, when I'm opening them up, it's like, oh wow, I can actually slightly, gently position the figure and I can hit all those fighting moves. And I'll like go watch really long YouTube videos breaking down the moves so I can make sure I have the posing just so. Oh, it's so much fun pulling those off with those figures. David Thanos, it's a double-edged sword when they put the good stuff on sale on payday week. Yeah, well, it's better when they have it during payday week versus non-payday week, right? Felix Vegans, what's up? Good evening, Jeff and chat. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you as well. Green Man, $80 for shipping sucks, but she goes for $90, $100 in most of the listings. Yikes. That is expensive. Steel won't stand up. The legs are shaped weird, like bow-legged. That's terrible, Judge Reds. I mean, is there anything more frustrating with your figures? I mean, I'm okay with some wacky, terrible articulation for a figure I really like if it'll just stand. Like, for the most part, I'm not going to be taking them out in the backyard, playing with them. I mean, shooting, dedicated action figure photography in the backyard. But I need my figure to stand. I can't stand that sound when one non-standing figure falls and then doesn't just have the decency to fall and hit the floor on his own. It's let me take out 20 other figures on my way down. And I would love to just have a video camera position and see how these figures manage to fall and take so many others out with them. Because it's I almost feel like it's impossible. Yet somehow it happens. Jamelin, Oscar just arrived yesterday. I haven't opened her yet, but she looks awesome. So you were ready for Oscar. I love my NXT one from years ago, but this one is a huge upgrade. Wow. Because I think Bill really loves making Oscar figures. I don't feel like he's ever shortchanged Oscar. She has some really great figures. That one does look cool. I remember the WrestleMania when she showed up with that whole new face paint design. I was like, oh, that's going to be an awesome figure. So I was glad to hear that they went that route for the Ultimates because really nice deal on that face paint. Felix says just received in the mail Valverse Desert Condo, 2 head packs, and Swarm Tracer. Nice. What do you think of those, Felix? Green Man's Story of a Collector's Life. Indeed. New shows get filled up fast. And some of it is because it's like, oh, I've got space to spread them out a little bit. Soon they're going to be like, they're taking a class photo. And I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, but Darth Primus on Instagram has been doing tremendous group shots. And pretty sure, yeah, he did the G.I. Joe Classified series where he's got them all like bunched together. It's a really cool shot. He's been doing a lot of cool figure group photos like that, just different lines. So check him out over on Instagram. Tell him Lyles Figure Files sent you. Tom Finn, I found a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90 movie 2-pack of Raphael and Michelangelo at my local Walmart, which is probably a fluke. I'm going to see if I can find Don and Leo. Cool. Hopefully you do. Are they expensive now? I haven't been to Walmart's in a minute. And every time I do, I'm like, yeah, that's why I stopped going. Northern Nomad. Jeffrey, what's up, Northern Nomad? Blake, Jeff, I commend you on your cart waiting resolve. It's a great trade. Maybe I should play the stock market. Maybe I should. Be a new career change for me. Stock broker. And I'll call it Lyle's Stock Files. Northern Nomad. No, I haven't talked about Daredevil and Hydra Man yet, mostly. David Thanos was more insane. Did you still have it in the box? Which one? Oh man, now I feel like I got super lost in my own chat. Ben Doom, I also ordered the Mayfake Cyborg Superman. He was on sale at Big Bad Toy Store last week. Yes, he was. So, guys, what is the Ravage and why are you hating on that figure now? Zion Collectibles. What's up, Jeff? We're going all the way. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Hopefully. I mean, wow. We do this thing. I'm going to be so ecstatic because I feel like this is one that pushes guys like Debo, Kittle, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, guys who are probably on the cusp of making Hall of Fame. If they just get one ring, because I feel so bad. Patrick Willis has had to go through this ridiculous waiting period. Same deal for Frank Gore. It's like, had that ring from 2012, this wouldn't even be a conversation. Cowboy Justin Smith will be in there too. So hopefully we get this done. Then just like I'm good. Good for year two. Let me see these guys get more because I really like this team of Niners. I want to see them get some more rings. Starting one on Sunday. Did someone say Captain Rex? We need that figure. Yeah, we definitely do. Oh, it's the chase from Shop AEW that was from the all-in pay-per-view. It's going for some good money on eBay. So that thing is going on eBay as soon as it gets in. I know that's probably one that you can get like 100 or like 10, 15 other figures for if you sell it to the right person. Just Dread's mom and pop pizza is the best. It is. Because it's like, the chains are just too inconsistent, but the mom and pop spots, it's like they do it the same way every time. I don't have to go, oh man, how's it going to turn out this week? What teenager was upset because their boyfriend didn't call them back, and now they're taking it out on my pizza? So, yeah. Oh, Turtle Busters. Everyone's recipes has changed. Nothing tastes like it did in the 90s and early 2000s. McDonald's, Reese's Cup. Man, I used to work at McDonald's, and I can't have apple pies anymore because it's like, what is this? It's terrible. It just doesn't work anymore. Rodney Sessman says, Jeffrey, make sure you cop McFarlane DC Steel figures. The reviews don't do the figures justice. Some figures have to be seen in person. I'm glad to hear you say that because I was really feeling bad on this thing. John Morrissey, no new legends for me this week, but my monthly case of Marvel Comics arrives tomorrow from Discount Comic Book Services. Woo woo. Nice. Marvin Green, been collecting figures since the Adventure People. You go way old school like myself with those. I'm so glad we're getting 97 Cyclops with this Optic Blast effect. So 80s, we do have one with the X Factor version 2 outfit. So they're just reusing that, repurposing it here for this one. Judge Dredd, I hate when pre-orders drop at the same time too. And May 1st, if it sticks to it, it's going to be a pretty taxing day because that's when the Vamp from Classified series, the Mace Windu and his Purple Clone Trooper set come out. You know there's going to be more stuff. And it sure seems like there's going to be some more G.I. Joes hitting real soon because it feels like this one that's set up for April is going to arrive probably next month if there's any indication for how things have been coming out. So lots to be worried about in terms of juggling and balancing the finances. David, how they not made a Legends Great Muta after they signed him for the Hall of Fame is criminal. You're right, absolutely. I mean, how many versions of Muta could they crank out and just be amazing figures? I mean, we got to start NWA, WCW version, red, or black. I mean, dude, he had some amazing combinations of that face paint and the outfits. And hopefully, this will mean we can get a Gary Hart figure to go along with him, Tuxedo Terry. 80s kid, that's my problem with Star Wars figures. They're so cool, great articulation. I wish I could stand better. Only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. This is true. I have some, but man, that pre-Vizsla figure I have, so frustrating. I mean, that Jango Fett mold needs to get buried underneath the Bucky caps that need to get retired. I mean, that mold is awful. And every figure I have that uses it is just such a standing nightmare, and it's just a bad mold that they just really shouldn't have reused after the first one. But man, they need to retire that one ASAP. David, I just ordered the NECA Elkhorn at Best Buy. The figure looks amazing. Is that in now or is it a pre-order? Jeez. I got a few of them now. I'm like, oh man, you guys got me. Oh, $60 for those two guys, which is pretty good at today's prices. They're going for $80 shipped and up on eBay. That's not good. That Ross Grogu stone. Oh, I just got the Ross Grogu like a couple weeks ago, and he is on the massive figure review pile, and I'm trying to balance and juggle it out. So I do some GI Joe classified series, do some Masterverse figures, do some WWE, Marvel Legends. She's next up. I got her from Ollie, so she's relatively new. For $7.99. So yeah, I like to mix them up. Star Wars is next up, and I figure nobody really cares about Grogu, so he's not a priority on my review list right now. Let me know, because I do try to base my reviews on which ones go further and faster based on people checking out on the site. That's loudsmoviefiles.com if you haven't ventured over there yet. Tom Finn, I'm a huge Frank Gore fan. Wish he and Willis got rings as well. I mean, it was just so, it's funny because I want to celebrate the ring of getting the Super Bowl, but now I'm kind of like, I want these players who brought me happiness to get those rings so they can become immortalized. And, just all the great fan goodwill that comes with being Super Bowl champion. And this team would be, oh man, to quote Quan Alexander, legendary, baby, if they get that ring for us. Marvin Green, I want that amazing Yamaguchi Thor. I love the title of that company, Amazing Yamaguchi. I mean, it's not good enough to be Yamaguchi. It's amazing. But those figures look fun and really cool. They look like they pose really well, too. Snake Eyes, hey, Jeff, did you see the Masco Toys Ghostface? I did. And looks pretty cool. And I'm always good for those deals, man. They're fun. And Masco does really good stuff, too. X, what's good, Jeffrey? That hoodie is sick. I'm rocking like a cheater thing, so I've got a Black Panther t-shirt and I've got a hoodie underneath because it's a little bit chilly with the fan going, but I try to color coordinate, if you will. Judge Dredd, my next target is Storm Goru. Should be dropping soon. He looks like a beast. The original one is so much fun to pose. Like, you look at that figure and it's like, this guy is going to fall all the time. But they've really engineered, like Zangief, King, Ihana, those figures they've engineered so well. So even though they're bigger, wider, taller, have all kinds of top half articulation heaviness, they stand so solid. And he is just like a rock. And you can pose him with the arms and do all kinds of fun stuff. So I know you're going to love that figure when you get him. Pre-order for Elkhorn, but it'll arrive towards the end of the month. Jeez, that's quick. Ryan Daly, can't watch live tonight, but I hope you have a good stream, Jeff, and hope everyone else has a great day, night, weekend. Thanks for watching, Ryan. Appreciate it. And for everybody who's watching this on the replay, thank you for watching. Oh my bad, I thought you got that group. Nah, it was wild. I mean, I was just grabbing a ton of stuff. It was really easy to go with that. But yeah, he'll get reviewed soon because he'll be a relatively easy one to write up and shoot. So it won't be too long. I've got my white backdrop up now, and it's just a semi-pain to swap out the black and the white. So I go, all right, what characters can I shoot really easily and quickly with this black or white backdrop? And then I keep alternating when I get tired of using one. You got mushrooms in the sweater. I'm not sure what's making that one. Judge Dress, has anyone ever bought any of those ATK girl model kits? I haven't seen those model kits, so yeah, I wouldn't be part of that setup. I'm sure they look cool. Speaking of things that look cool, let's talk about this Marvel Legends Hydro Man and Daredevil set. I really was excited to see this. And for some of you all not really feeling this black, but I think the cell shading on this is so cool. Helps bring out that detail. And it really makes him look like he did in the comic. I mean, I know, yeah, we could complain about why isn't this just a plain red, but we did just get this. I like the detail, and I did not get that one with that whack colored bullseye and Elektra with the crazy hair, or with the good hair, whichever we want to call it. But I really like how his wire Billy Club setup looks here. That's really cool. And Hydro Man, actually looks like he's a dude in water as opposed to just random translucent guy. So I think they did a better job with his parts than some of these other ones, because this is super lit up as he'll be. So I think they did a pretty good job, and you can actually see his facial features, which I think really helps a lot with him. So you can see he's got his teeth actually showing, and you can make out everything else with him. So that's really cool. I wish he didn't have pin joints though, because I think they're a little bit distracting, just in the sense of this would be a really fun figure to see without the pins. And Daredevil looks really good. I did not get that one before, so that's cool. I actually gave him accessories, which I think is really helpful. And it's not just our normal ones. We've got these two, and these are reused from the old one, but I love the way they color them this time. You can make them like a water trap. I saw that in one of the pictures. That was fun. We're just swirling around his legs, and he's got swappable grasping hands, and that's cool for him. Let's drop this. There we go. And then on to Daredevil, and he actually has accessories too. And I love the way they did this, where it's a long detachable rope from this. So I guess this is an all new piece. You can slot those into his holster there. That's well engineered, well thought out. We don't have this gaping rope sticking out from either end while they're here in the holster. I just love all this shading work. He seems a little too small, but crazy, because I mean, Hydro Man was not a giant dude, so I'm really curious how he scales. For those of you who do have that 3-pack Daredevil, let me know. And he's also got a nice variety of hand sculpts as well, so that's nice to see they incorporated more than their normal, because sometimes it's like, what are y'all doing? But we got a lot of stuff with him, so good deal, good work from the Hasbro Marvel Legends team on that one. Oh, thank you. Yes. Right. Sorry, I was like totally, I was thinking Mario Brothers for whatever reason, but yes. Gerard, do you know your yes? Boomerang indeed. Jay Woods, good evening, Jeffrey. I saw your defenders pick and would love to know if you could add one more defender to your team. Who would it be? Valkyrie. Yes. An updated classic Valkyrie for sure. She's overdue. I feel like they need to do a new Nighthawk now, because the Bucky Cap mold just needs to be long done. And some of the figures that are using the mold are just too tiny now, because they've slightly been creeping up on the scale of these figures. So the Bucky Cap figures, and it's not just that they're too short, it's they look slight. They're kind of like what they should use for a teen mold. So say Speedball, New Warriors, he would be somebody that would make better use of that. And they don't even have the butterfly shoulder articulation, so that's a no-go. They should just retire. But that's kind of the size and scale they should use for their teens. So they look a lot better next to the more adult-looking figures that are using that Vulcan mode. Woo! 80s Kid says, yeah, let's go. I'm getting that Daredevil. Judge Drez, Daredevil looks cool, but I don't need Hydro Man. Maybe 80s Kid will take your Hydro Man too. Jay Woods, Hydro Man in the recently revealed Tamashii Nation's water effect would look great. I need to check that out. That's a job. I like to get that Hydro Man. Felix Biggins, adding to Spidey's villains. Yeah, that first one that they did had one of my favorite head sculpts, because he just looked like a sleazy, low-rent, cheap hood. And it was perfect for Hydro Man. And I thought they did a really nice job with his accessory pieces. Really good work with him. And now we get a full-on water version. So if you wanted, here's another member of our Frightful Four to throw in there to go against Human Torch. So that's fun on that end too. Judge Dredd says Daredevil was on Spider-Man Buck. Is that the Renew Your Vows? Because I don't have that one either. Skew Raider, awesome reveals this week. Awesome. Bury that Django body like an accurate wrestling dirt sheet report. You're never accurate, so no way they can do that. 80s Kid. Sometimes the wait for marvelous figures from Legends really pays off. Sometimes. I don't feel like they're doing as bad as some people make them out to be. I mean, I think they make some questionable design choices, but the figures have been executed pretty well, I think. Robert, I love the Hydro Man, but Daredevil is so bad. I'm torn. Snake Eyes goes. Daredevil looks nice. I feel like I should be figure set matchmaker here because half of y'all want one figure, the other half want the other one. So maybe we should make a swap meet where y'all can trade out the one that you don't want. So let's see, we got that. Let's see what else we got here on the old docket. Now, this was something that you all asked about in the chat, and we're like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on these." And I was like, "Well, okay." I wasn't going to do a whole video on it because I didn't have a thought that strong on it one way or the other. But these are the page punchers that McFarlane Toys revealed earlier this week in 3 or 4 2-packs, and they're really small. Excuse me, relatively cheap. This is the first one, Wheeljack and Bumblebee. And I always hate when Bumblebee is like the same scale as everyone else. And, they've got the Page Punchers deal, which I think is cool. And you can read a Spotlight comic book. This is definitely something that Marvel should be doing with, or Hasbro should be doing with Marvel Legends, going in a comic book. And just the digital code, if you're worried about the printing costs, why don't you take some of those scrap comics that people aren't buying at the local comic shops, buy back from them maybe, and use them as a packing for these figure setups. But they have relatively decent sculpts. Bumblebee probably looks the best out of all of them because Wheeljack looks a little too slender, and Bumblebee has such a simplistic design that they can do the absolute least amount of work, and he looks just fine. Wheeljack looks okay too. There's something with these panels on the arms that are throwing me off, but this Page Punchers line, as we've seen with the DC Comics figures, is not the most detailed thing that we've gotten from McFarlane Toys. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't excited when we got the announcement that, hey, he's doing Transformers and G.I. Joe. It's like the Page Punchers 3-inch line is not specializing in super hyper articulation. Not really loving this Megatron. Just way too much happening here. And I don't know how you busy up Megatron. There's really no need for that. I wonder if that's just part of the license. It can't look as close as some of our other stuff. They look like they're scaled pretty close together. Prime looks pretty solid. And, like Bumblebee, he's really hard to mess up because he has the design for the Transformers that you can't take liberties and, well, let me try this. You can't. Optimus has a one-off design that you just really can't mess around with. Megatron, they keep trying to perfect the original design, but the original design was awesome based on the cartoon, not the toy that was just, I don't know what was going on with that toy. But here you go, you got these guys, same deal, not a ton of, accessories, articulation, great sculpting, $16.99 for them. But then you all really were up in arms at the Duke and Snake Eyes set. I don't feel like Snake Eyes has a lot more detail than I would have expected. Duke is weird because he's got this big chest protector, and I don't know why he has that. I feel like they're hiding the lack of detail behind a vest. I don't really understand that in his case because you've got a better likeness, like this comic book cover, without it. So that was an odd choice to include that piece on there when you didn't need to mess up the sculpt. You could have had a reasonable enough version of Duke. And Snake Eyes, same deal. The only problem really with the G.I. Joe Page Punchers, they already have a 3.75-inch line. And you don't need to get a less detailed, less articulated version of these figures for that. The other pack, the final one, is Cobra Commander, who has a really good sculpt in this scale, and the Crimson Guardsman. And I wish they could have done something a little bit better with the helmet piece, but I think these are probably the best of these 2-packs because they both look really well done, well executed. And while they're not going to be able to pose worth anything, they look good just in terms of the sculpt. And maybe because they don't have head sculpts that have any face details, so they can get away with it a little bit better. But I don't know. I wasn't really feeling any of these. $8 a figure seems a little high for me, especially for stuff that I'm not like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. And then the other thing is, we've already got awesome Studio Series Transformers figures. We've got really amazing best in the world figures coming from the Classified Series line. So I'm not really too upset with these. But let me hear what you all had to say about these. Mushroom vest, but you can't stop there. Bang, bang, you got to coordinate. Classic. You're right, Ski Raider. I mean, just awesome. All the way around. Judge Dredd. I don't collect that skill. So nope. So you definitely wouldn't be interested. You don't collect the skill. Robert, Page Punchers. I knew they'd be bad, but somehow they're worse than I thought. Felix says the Page Punchers are nice, but not my skill. Yeah, it is. I think it's really hard for him to make that work. I think maybe with Marvel it's okay, but G.I. Joe and Transformers, I mean, G.I. Joe was rooted based in that smaller scale, and it would be really hard to try to sell less articulated, way less accessories like Zero when collectors can still buy really cool retro figures. They may be at the same price as these two figures, but they're really good figures. Judge Dredd, the G.I. Joes are horrible. No weapons, nothing. Yeah. X. I just pre-ordered my first Mayfex figure. Keeping us in suspense. What was your first one? Snake Eyes says those Transformers and G.I. Joe figures from McFarlane look like something you can get at Dollar Tree. You might be able to get them there too. I think Ross and Ollie's and TJ Maxx, nah, we're good on those. Thanks. Try the store down the street. G-Brew. Page Punchers really strikes me as a toys actually intended for children, like small playable toys with a comic. Seems intended to distract a kid for a few hours. As a kid, I'd have been down for him. Yeah, exactly. I don't think this is for us at all. And, you know, we have better options. It's not like this is the only version of G.I. Joe and Transformers we can get. That's not for me. So, you know, anybody wants them, go for it. That's great. But, yeah, I'm good with them. Pedro Prime. Jeff sent you a picture of today's haul on Messenger. That's going to be tricky to do now. But I will look for it as soon as I get finished with this one. Great man, aren't these smaller than Joe's scale? I believe they are. I think Joe's are 3.75 inch and these are 3 inches, so they wouldn't have been scaled properly with your old school stuff. Lost in Wallace, what's up, man? Collecting classifieds, legends, and mythic legions. Can't afford to jump in on another figure line just now. Yeah. David Thanos, I feel like Page Punchers is more geared to a younger crowd. Just Drez, Jeff, did you order the Transformers HasLab? I didn't. I have no knowledge, interest in it, but I know a lot of people are. So I'm really hoping for y'all that it comes through. They're really just going to get me with more of those old school G1s type stuff. So, you know, I feel like it's got a lot of good momentum going. Let's take a quick check to see where we are. 8,436 backers for the target of 10,000. I'm a little surprised they hadn't hit that point yet. I don't know about the tiers, so maybe they're not enough to get people excited and hyped up. Kind of felt like based on that initial day's surge, it was pretty much going to get funded over the weekend. So I'm surprised it hasn't, but there's still 35 days to go. I don't think there's any reason or need to panic. Plenty of time for it to get funded. And yeah. So that's that. On that one. All right, let's see here. So let's talk about the big reveal from today. I think it's big for a lot of us who've been collecting this line. Super 7 debuted its Copper Kid. And that's exciting. Really, really happy to see him. Not some, well, we were so close, but we never got to finish the team. He looks really good. And I love his scale. He looks like he's going to be well smaller than the others, which is good. I like to see my kid sidekicks / teenagers looking smaller than the adults in all the different lines. So he's got the normal accessories that we've kind of expect from his line so far. He's got his shoulder wings and the lasers that come on the shoulders. He's got some attachment points for the lasers if you want them. So you can have it as a blast effect or an impact where he's hitting somebody else. All kinds of different sets of hands. So there's an additional whistle hand. And then we've got 3 different sets. And we've got his spinning disc that he can throw. That's really cool. 2 alternate headsets or 2 alternate head sculpts. So there's one here. And then he's got the mask down. Then he's got his robotic eagle hawk companion. I totally blanked on the name. But it was a fun looking figure. As usual, I'm not expecting a lot of articulation now. I know the drill with these figures. Not going to be too down, but this looks cool. Got him with his Space Racer, and that is a separate piece you can get as a bundle on Super 7. And if you do it that way, you get that whole thing for $205, but it comes with another head sculpt for Copper Kid, a whistling one. So that's cool. I do think it's a little weird that they added this phony motion here for something that's $150. I don't think we need all this extra stuff to sell it. Just let it sit there on its own. Now, one slight issue I have is $55. That's the same price as all the other ones when they came out before they started hitting clearance. I think that's kind of odd. You could buy a bunch of Silverhawks at this point for the price of one Copper Kid. You can definitely get Steelheart, you can get Buzzsaw, you can probably get Quicksilver, and still come up cheaper than one Copper Kid. And I know with this line, the temptation is going to be, well, I'll just wait till he's cheaper. I almost feel like that is the way to go, but I also don't want to miss out on him trying to hope for a cheaper deal, because if I get burnt and not get Copper Kid, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, here's a look at the Space Racer, since I mentioned it. Let's take a look at this. And I don't know if I'm feeling 150 for it, but I know some of you all are going to be happy that it does come with a little flight stand, so you can position it firing, blasting away, and have it semi-suspended in air. So that's a smart way for them to go with that. Again, don't think that's 250 worth. So here are the accessories: 2 blasters, 1 to go under, 1 up top, blast effects, and flight stand. Because of this not as complicated and complex detailed sculpt, I kind of feel like maybe 70 is a better price, maybe 50. I mean, they couldn't charge 50 because that's cheaper than a figure, but I just don't see what I'm paying for this. I mean, consider some of the vehicles we've gotten from, Hasbro, the Televiper and the Trouble Bubble. That was 55, and I had a lot more complex sculpting than this figure with the translucent bubble piece and engineering the sculpt. This is pretty simple, and I don't really see what they're charging for with this. That's going to be a little bit of a shelf hog, but it's pretty solid in terms of what we do have in the detail, but I just do not understand why that needs to be 150. So let me know what you guys think in chat. I ordered Eradicator and Superboy. Nice. Those figures are going to be really fun. And congratulations to you for getting them. Did you get Steel and Cyborg Superman too? Lawson, I occasionally buy a Mezco figure like Conan or a Mayfix figure, Hush Batman, but I'm doing my best to rein in my spending this year. I'm still also buying the better McFarlane multiverse stuff too. What's the last McFarlane figure you got? Skew Raider, also glad to see Copper Kid. Car looks decent too. Repaint incoming for Copper Kid for sure. You better believe it. Snake Eyes, dang, that actually looks like copper on Copper Kid. I think they did a nice job with the paint work on him. G Bruce says I pick and choose across the lines I collect. I'm by no means a completionist. I just get the stuff that looks like I'd be into it. Most of the time that system works out for me. Yeah, man, that's the way to go with it. Carlos Castillo, mad late to the stream. It's all good, man. We're still talking about figures. Ski Raider, Mandora is a good comparison with Copper Kid. A little more popular, but look around and see if available now or next couple of months to estimate. I'll have to take a look then. DJ Jedi, Super 7 got a lot of nerve teasing new Silverhawk figures when I've had a Hot Wing on pre-order for over a year now. First things first. Excuse me. I almost feel like the thing with them is wait for it to come in stock, then order it. That way you don't have to wait, because, man, pre-ordering from them is like, any day now, guys. Where is it coming? Blake, that Lobo figure and bike was a great deal. That's a great point, Blake, because pull that up real fast, because, geez, compared to this, and I know McFarlane has the benefit of being able to have his products in stores like Target and Walmart, but yeah, that just is so much. And I just wish I could be like, oh, well, yeah, this is what we're getting for that deal. And I feel like he's done a really good job in terms of value with his figures anyway. And yeah, I just had to pull it up because I was like, how much was this thing? $69 for a figure. Lobo's probably about 22. I don't think they haven't gone all the way to 25, but unless it's a Build-A-Figure. And we got that. We've got the Space Hog, which has a lot more detail. And we got his little We've got his dog too. I mean, it's just that, and the paint job looks really good too. A lot more sculpted, a lot more detail. I don't know. I mean, that's twice as much basically for this to get Copper Kid's less detailed vehicle. I don't know. Not a great deal. Ski Raider. I'm waiting. Pick up. Collar Green. Pick up. I got you. Hope you get them soon, DJ Jedi. Carlos. Yes. Jeff, they're finally bringing Copper Kid. We had mentioned it a few strings back. So hyped. Yeah, I mean, just complete a team. That's then you can do all the ancillary characters you possibly want. Oh, this character from that one episode that was really cool. Great. I've got my original Silverhawks. Anything else you throw on here now is extra. I'm good. So, and this is where people go, well, the line's gonna end because all the original team members are done. But I still feel like there's a lot of ways for them to go because I'm down for the mob. I'll grab all those figures. I feel like they've got cool vehicles that maybe they could crank out there too. So we'll see. Ski Raider says, Blake, I love that bike. The Storm Collectibles Lobo fits on it. Thanks, Froggy Geezer, for confirming this for me. Lawson, the moment that Super 7 announced the Silverhawks weren't going to be chrome metallic, I was out. I have two minty original Silverhawk figures from the 80s, Quicksilver and Steelheart. Well, Lawson, you do know that they are putting out chrome metallic versions of them down the road. Now, I think they've already shown a couple of them, so you can get back in. Probably going to be a little bit more expensive, but you can still get them that way. Felix, that Copper Kid. X, not yet, but they're on my McCurry wish list. Oh, man. I wish you had checked the site on the dashboard because Big Bad Toy Store had them both for $60 this week. So check them out because they're doing some really good stuff, especially with sales on Mayflex. The last McFarlane figure I got was either the Lobo, which I bought at $40, and Animal Man. Those are good prices. Dark Knight 297. Hey, Jeff, what's good? Dang, I'm late. I know I missed a lot. So much. Don't worry. Anybody who comes in late, y'all can still check the replay, and we're still chatting. So we're here for a little bit. G. Bruce, speaking of Mayflex, I just got the Hush Poison Ivy, a Godzilla -1 statue, and the 1984 Ghostbusters Neutrona wand. I'm madly in love with that wand. Nice. What do you think of Poison Ivy? Because I really like the head sculpt, and I'm curious to see how much of an upgrade she is over the DC Classics version. Green Man, the Chrome Silverhawks will be display only. You don't want to chip the chrome off. Brian talked about that. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like to pose my figures. That's why I did not mind and was happy getting the ones without the chrome. After Child, they just said, Skewrator said that you can put the Storm Collectibles Lobo on the bike. Lawson, hey Todd, I love a Solomon Grundy figure with a full head of hair. Didn't know about the metallic Silverhawks down the road. Good to hear that. I think 2 Chrome Silverhawks just came out today. That's cool. Jeffrey, I got the Gold Wing from Ramen Toy. Dang, it's great. Came with the driver, Matt Tracker, and a set of stickers to match the original. That's cool. I didn't know they were throwing in stickers too. I don't know. That is an old school deal where it's like, oh man, I get to put the stickers on the vehicles. Awesome. That makes it even better. And we've been talking about them, so y'all were right in sync with me. McFarlane Toys tease this dropping tomorrow. I have the links up on my site or the dashboard. Kilowog, Cal Rayner coming to you. Gold labels. I'm a little bit leery because I'm seeing the detail on Kilowog's gauntlet here. I don't need details on his gauntlet. Got a lot of texturing here and here. I guess that matches the other ones, but I kind of just want him to go a little bit more classic with these and not go so, how can I plus them up? Not needed here. Looks like he's going to come with a hammer that he can probably be used for John Henry irons. And got a big lantern, a small lantern, so that's cool. These will be up on Amazon. And as we've seen, no need to panic, no need to worry. If Amazon has something, even if it's not available right at that moment, they'll have plenty in stock for later. So there you go. What do you guys think? Are you excited about those two? Green Man. Yeah, I forgot. I got the Mayflex Ivy too. It's coming today. Oh, that's cool. David Thanos, give me a Legion of Doom, Bath Grunny. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, I'm smiling, coming up with their plans and plots. Ski Raider, awesome looking tease on Kilowog and Kyle. Green Man, I like the knitted look. Yeah, there's something off with it to me. I just want a plain, clean outfit for the Green Lanterns. Lawson, Guildwing also comes with a flight stand. That's good. Matte Tracker is very much like the original figure, but the helmet is much more cartoon accurate. Nice. Jibber, that Ivy's your standard Mayfex figure. She's good, but not quite as good as Huntress. Really, Storm and Jean Grey. I really like the figure, but I like the removable arm and Ivy leg wraps. Yeesh. What's the deal with the removable arm? Judge Dreads, I need that skull ship from Superpowers. Yeah, Brainiac ship. Henry G, yeah, not feeling these. But I don't like the DC and Spawn Page Puncher figures either. Yep. Snake Eyes, I don't know. I have to see the full figures because I'm getting a little fed up with McFarlane. Why is that? What's got you all fed up with McFarlane stuff? Let's do it this way. Jamlin, I didn't know there was a Kyle. You mean they got a designer who isn't colorblind and do a repaint? Oh man. Yeah, no, we're not gonna have the super lime green, the really off green, pale green. I'm really excited about that because Kyle needs a better colored figure. And yeah, I feel like Kyle is somebody we should have probably mentioned him last week on our what figure just can't get a good one, because I put him up twice on that. So the Star Wars Vintage Collection team continues to deliver great, amazing stuff. I would love to break in to the Hasbro budget sheets and figure out where the money is coming, because they're really investing in some cool stuff in the Vintage Collection with the vehicles. The Black Series kind of like, oh, you're still here. Okay. Here's a reprint of a Clone Trooper that will make exclusive this iconic look that will make exclusive only to Walmart. Blink twice if you need help. So here's a look at this new Vintage Collection. New Republic E-Wing with KE4 and KE4 N4. Really cool stuff. They keep bringing it. $100 for this. Is that price too much? I don't know. It's a nice looking spaceship though. I mean, great detailing as usual. I kind of feel like $100 seems a little bit excessive, especially since it doesn't come with a pilot. Maybe if it came with Captain Teva, this would be a really easy, let me buy it right now. But I'm really curious why they would charge that much. Now, yeah, the droid is removable. You can take him out of here, but that's not the same as having a figure. And with something like this, I kind of feel like they need to have a little bit more, maybe a flight stand. It's just really odd to me that that's the route they decided to go. But these vehicles are great, and it's nice to see them incorporating new jets, new stuff in there. You have to pre-order this one. This is another one of those price to move kind of deals. So you got to get your pre-order in by March 5th. Essentially, it's a HasLab, but without the whole, all right, you got to get to this point. I think this is a much better way for them to go with these, because they can see, exactly how many people are interested in it. But then it also leaves it open. So later on, oh man, I want this New Republic gunship, or not gunship, the E-Wing. I can get this with no problems. I think that's a really good way for them to go. I love to see them take that approach with some other vehicles too. Green Man, all we want is Green Lanterns like they did the Green Lantern Batman. Oh, come on, Green Man. You know that's impossible. I wonder if for Todd's 30th year, we'll get pinless figures. Not just yet, David. Ski Raider, don't worry. Glow in the dark Naomi variants on the way for Kilowog and Kyle for sure. He said Dark Naomi. And I was just like, he hasn't made a Naomi figure yet, has he? Because she's amazing. G-Root, Ivy Vine wraps, like literal Ivy, the plant, not the character. It takes a bit to figure out exactly where in the arms and legs the wraps stay with the eye see. That would be a bit of a problem. I didn't realize that was how it was set up. Ski Raider, I like that they're making more vintage ships. Lion Foundation there since the 70s. No doubt about it. But I just wish they would do something like a HasLab X-Wing, not trying to make it for $300. Ski Raiders, price is up there on the E-Wing fast, Jeffrey. Yeah, it's just a little bit too much. What would be a fair price, do you think? Is 50 too unreasonable? Is 75 the sweet spot? I mean, I really feel like they need to put a figure in there because I'm really missing why they would do that. I mean, everything else comes with a vehicle and a pilot. I mean, that's just the way they did that stuff. They don't even have one in the vintage collection, right? By the will of the Force, that Starfighter looks sick. Hey, this kid, I'm glad you like it. Judge Dreds, I do buy some of those micro galaxy ships from Jazzware. They're pretty fun too. Vader Aid. Vador Aid. BB Toys has some VC X-Wing looks perfect for the E-Wing, and $99 was the price for the X-Wing in 2019. Wow, that's interesting. So they've actually been able to keep the price down. Oh, well, that's good to hear. That's really interesting. I wonder, did that X-Wing with Luke come with a Luke Skywalker figure? Lawson, just got to notice my steel figures arriving from Target tomorrow. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of stuff that maybe you won't be happy with it. So let me know what you think, Lawson. Henry G, speaking of Green Lantern Batman, why is he so much bigger than Yellow Lantern Batman? McFarlane is killing me with their scaling issues. Yeah, he is much taller. I don't understand why no one there seems to understand the concept of ruler or scale because it's all over the place. Vador 8 just bought Red Tornado. He's been teasing me. Love Red Tornado. It's pretty fun. Just wish they didn't give him that. I just woke up after 2 hours of sleep, dark circles under his eyes. Everything else with him was really fun. Ski Raider, agreed, Jeffrey. HasLab X-Wing, re-release, redo, TIE Fighter to match, Rogue Squadron inspired. Great HasLab idea. Redo previous ships, upgrade. Nice. All right, let's see here. So, talk about that. Oh, so because he's now going to be at WrestleMania, Zombie Sailor Toys decided let's give this guy, this poor indie worker, a break. We're going to do a CM Punk with Larry, the Buck Crippler dog set. It's pretty interesting that they're going that route with him. And you can see old Phil, who everybody loves in AEW, so they're excited that he's got his own ZST figure. It's kind of like the classic retro Hasbro style. I think they scale just so with those figures. Seems like he's got a bit of a neck issue. But we got Larry the dog, who's all set to come to his master's aid when the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega come going, hey, we can manage the target just fine. Thank you very much. So that's an interesting set. I was kind of hoping we see some more news on their 6-inch line. $40 for this figure seems a little bit excessive, but there you go. There's Punk, there's Larry, and trying to see, I think he actually has the Cobra logo on his, yeah, there you go. Got the Cobra logo. I guess it's changed just enough so they can get away with it. Smart move. We get the idea. Great looking head sculpt. I think they're doing some really fantastic head sculpts of figures. So you got him. Yeah, that's their Pepsi logo. Man, we might need to grab this figure quick because once the lawyers get in there, it's going to be a problem. So it's going to be available for 2 weeks. So if you want him, grab him quick before he gets hurt and injured. Ski Raider, man of scale between figures is better on DC figures. McFarlane would be more on point. Facts. Ski Raider, wings can possibly droop on old X-Wing heads if you didn't know. So redo HasLab would be nice. Chamberlain Parks, boo! Not you, Larry. Man, speaking of WrestleMania, what are they doing with Cody? Green Man, I wish they knew because I thought they should have given Cody the belt last year. This whole thing of Roman's record breaking, it is not. He's like so far behind Bruno, Bob Backlund, catching up to Hogan, despite the fact that he's wrestling once every quarter. Michael Cole's going, just beat him. Well, if you had come up with any other finish outside of Solo comes in, it runs interference, Bloodline helps cheat, Roman wins, yay! It's terrible. And The Rock, I mean, just not loving any parts of this. I haven't been really interested in what they've been doing for a minute, but that seems terrible. Hey, G, forgot this one from last night's movie files. Reggie Hammond and Jack Cates. Gotta work them in. Tom Finn, CM Punk is the Odell Beckham of wrestling. Yeah, I mean, but I guess Odell's a better locker room leader than him. TJ Jedi, NECA's Green Lantern is somehow still greater than any Green Lantern McFarlane's done so far. Those NECA Green Lantern figures were amazing, though, so they had to work really hard to get better. Green Man, yeah, it feels like the NWO all over again. I mean, that's every angle. They don't know when to stop. I think the best one was Dangerous Alliance because thanks to Bill Watts, they ended too fast before it got old. Good start, then it just drags. Yep. Ski Raider, there's a new sheriff in town. David, I think the thing with Cody is for when he wins the title, they want to get the biggest pop. You're not going to get a bigger pop than WrestleMania. And I just don't think making our attention-starved audience wait years and years and, oh, he's won it now at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. It's going to matter. I mean, it's just, I don't get it. But I don't run WWE, and sometimes, especially right now, I'm glad I don't have anything to do with WWE. So I wanted to show you guys this, and maybe some of you all have seen it, but this is this amazing version of the Pit, custom made by Michael Carmel and Joe Waldher of Joe's. Hopefully I pronounced both of their names properly, but you got to see this. This is incredible, just amazing stuff. I'm going to go through it really slowly so y'all can appreciate it in all its grandeur. But here's a wide shot of the Pit, and it's got levels, son. And I mean, they've got the hydraulic lift for the vamp. So much great stuff in this. Let's take a look here. Bam. Up at the top, Falcon on the tower with Roadblock working this. We got a little barbed wire on the fence. Now, this is really high for barbed wire because no one is scaling up that high. We're just going to assume that this is the ground level version, which is really cool. We got more Joes in the background there. I think that's one of the Steel Corps members. We've got Chuckles, Stalker, and Duke, and General Hawk working at the operations table. And I guess this breaker can't quite figure out who that is there. And then the hydraulic lift for the vamp. Gung Ho's chilling there. We got the Silver Mirage, little paint job there. Rock and roll. More Steel Corps members operating. Flint chilling. Where's Lady J? Not Helix, man. What are you doing? And then there's steps. So, you know, it's like real levels, and there's steps to go up to each level. Barrels there with Tiger Force out back. Got a prison cell because you got to have that for your one Cobra that you manage to get and you shoot down that doesn't manage to parachute out. Tunnel Rat working with some gear. We got the firing range, and then Tunnel Rat, not Tunnel Rat, Tripwire checking out, testing his mines. Then looks like Sergeant Slaughter and Beachhead over here. Low Light strolling in. Bazooka. Dusty working on the armory. I mean, I love this thing. How many great details in here. Brunts chilling. Barbecues up here. Lady J's down here. You need to go upstairs. Get your man from Helix. Shipwreck. A little bit more Outback here because Outback's a good figure. Scarlet's recuperate, get a little nap. Snake Eyes is watching her. And that's even creepier for Snake Eyes. Spirit's chilling, getting everything straight with the barracks. And Shockwave is just waking up from a nap. How awesome is this setup, though? I got a video that they also posted. It's amazing. So I'm going to run that through too. Just show y'all how it comes through. But what did y'all think? Green Man. My brother has a NECA Green Lantern suits and Batman. They look amazing. Kind of wish NECA got the license. Kind of feel like that would be what would have worked out better. Lost and Tomar Ray figure would be coming out before we get a classic Silver Bronze Age Hal Jordan. Sure feels that way. Sea Raider. Love the Pit. Awesome stuff. Yo, Joe. Snake Eyes. That looks amazing. Henry G. Whoops. That would be a nice HasLab. Yes. I paid for that too. Vader 8. Wow. Lawson. Wow. Looks pretty rad. Afton Child. That looks cool. Felix Figgins. Fire. Sea Raider. All 3D printed. That is, yeah, amazing. HasLab. $1,200, says Blake. Shoot, I mean, if he charges less than that, or if they charge less than that, I'll be all up on it. Q Raider says sold. Yo, Joe. G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. Oops. Jalen, that pit is amazing. Isn't it? I mean, it's just like, wow, there's some talented, creative folks working out there. I think they said they've been working on it for about like a year or so, so it was not a quick, immediate thing. Let's see if I can work this up, cue it up just so I can watch it together here, and let's try. So it's a real walkthrough of this pit. So you can see all the details that I couldn't show you from that first picture, but look at this. Got a flag because you got to put your flagpole up there for the Joes. But just see the scale of this thing. It's incredible. And I'm just like, wow, I would want that pit. Of course. I mean, I had that set as a kid, so I would definitely be down for that. Just all the different levels where you can actually see this thing. It's just incredible. And I wouldn't be upset making that a HasLab. I mean, there are too many vehicles right now, so I want them first, but wow, the levels is good, as someone once said back in the day. This is incredible. I mean, the beds, just so much cool stuff. I'd have to design a whole other spot to come up with a place for it, but you put all your Joes on there and be great. You still have room to spare. Even has the motor pool on top. Fire. Mr. Rober. That's a nasty diorama. Great playset management. Yeah, it is just awesome stuff. Devin says, hey, the neck of plastic breaks too easy. All my predators have broken claws. It's not good. You got to have your high quality stuff, especially for stuff like that. So you can imagine how bad Batman's ears would be over time if they're always breaking. That wouldn't be great. So I'm about to wind this thing down. But so let's play a little detective work here, because our good friends at Entertainment Earth have started dropping some more stuff on the drop zone. And there's some really intriguing teases coming up. And so, yeah, let's figure it out. Excuse me. Lawson says, always find it interesting that fans and third parties offer some of the best action figures and action figure accessories. Great customizers, too. A lot of creative folks out there. Yeah, I feel like the G.I. Joe Classified series line, they'll get to a lot of this stuff, so I don't have to be as panicked as I am with some other things where it's like, they're never going to do a better job of this than this guy who's charging twice as much, but it's awesome. But yeah, there are some really amazing people. Jamlin, Falcon should have been in the infirmary. Getting plastic surgery on that face of his. Judge Dredd, cool dials definitely take the toy game to another level. Skew Raider. Falcon needs that face surgery like 80s Marvel Snake Eyes had. And don't forget the Baroness. She had it too. So let's take a look at these teases, and maybe you guys can crack the code of what Entertainment Earth is teasing. So we're getting something from Hasbro next Tuesday. We're dying to show you these returning favorites, but we pooled all our resources to find out we can't share more hints until the launch date. So set up a reminder so you can be the first to know what these are. Ghostbusters, maybe? Then another one on February 13th. All aboard the Reminder Express. A new item is approaching, and toy collectors from all over the world, like Ludacris, have their eyes eastward to see what this is. What would this one be? Then we got a Hasbro Games on February 17th. I'm going to assume it's not starting lineups Series 2. February 20th. We can't tell you what this returning item is, but we're told it's going to be absolutely huge and a massive force to be reckoned with. So Star Wars on the 22nd. If you remember a time where you read and got newsprint ink on your fingers, you might want to sign up for this reminder. J. Jonah Jameson figure? Maybe. I feel like that's the one that I'm pretty confident about. Then on the 27th, we've got 5 great reasons for why you need to sign up for a reminder for this launch, but we can't share them yet. Don't let this one get a drive away. Got to be Transformers related. Have they already done the Stunticons box set? If not, I'd assume that's that. And then 29th, more G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe? We'd love to give you a clue about what we're launching on Leap Day, but we're told that it's classified. So, I mean, we've got pre-orders for everything that we know, except for Jinx, all these new figures that we just saw, Doc, all these. So, are we going to see the renders? I mean, the prototypes and the pre-orders for those figures by the end of the month? That would be crazy. Seeing Torch, Tripwire, Roadblock, Tiger Force already, the Night Creeper leader or the Night Creepers and Jinx. So I'm thinking that's got to be the 29th, unless we got another live stream from the G.I. Joe Classified Series team coming up in the next couple weeks. That's exciting. Looking forward to seeing what we get with that. Classic Wasp. I guess she's got to come out soon. Deadpool, says Tom Finn. Let's get ready. Cool stuff coming. Thanks for the heads up, Jeffrey, as always. More goodie drops. Yes. What's the Lego going to be about? I don't know. I couldn't even translate what Lego stuff is. Leap Day, Crazy Legs. Well, it can't be him because he's tied up in the HasLab Dragonfly. So we're not going to see him yet. I'm really curious. There's not like a leap. Maybe it's the Cobra Pogo. I feel like maybe I've cracked the code. The Pogo would leap back and forth, so maybe that would work. Deadpool 3 figure, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I feel like it'd be really early unless we see something on Sunday of the Super Bowl. David Thanos, the worst thing, they're all Pacific time. Let's get ready to pre-orders of renders, possibly too soon. Jinx and Doc, etc. I feel like sometimes they've shown us the renders really quickly, so I'm thinking somewhere in these last couple of weeks, months maybe, they were running out of time and we're just like, let's throw the renders up really quickly, even though they've got these figures all set to go. I mean, Doc and Jinx and Torch were teased a while ago. We saw a prototype of the sculpt of Torch, so we know he's further along than rendered. And they've been talking about some of these figures for a while. I mean, we know the Tiger Force, Tripwire, and Roadblock would be up and done relatively soon, but I think these are what we're going to see. And that would be great to see them in action, fully geared up with all the accessories. We'll know that. See the box art, the cool packaging they come up with them, and actually see them because they're going back to window packaging. And would that be, no, that'll be the second way where we see them all. G-Bruce says, imagine we'll see the return of the Ghostbusters Plasma series to coincide with the release of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Jamelin goes, I'm thinking Leap Day might be the jump. That's another great call. We got to throw a grand slam in that, right? So we'd have him with his waffle pattern setup. And then later on, we get a single card Flash. Was going Flint Falcon. No, Flash. That's a cool one, too. So there's lots of options with this. So, yeah. Lawson says Pogo would make sense. Skirator, I'm enjoying these Ghostbuster movies. Lawson forgot about Crazy Legs in the HasLab. Starduster with a jump launch pad, maybe. And he was one that they've also announced as a name drop. So that would make sense too, Jamelin. Yeah, I could see that. Starduster, fire. Lawson, didn't get the Dragonfly because I had to choose between that or saving for Giant Man. Giant Man won out. Good deal. Randall G. Over Leap Day, brand new Toad or Frogman for the new Marvel Legends team, the Peg Warmers. Well, that one says classified, so it's clearly got to be G.I. Joe related. But yeah, Skew Raider. Yes, bring on Grand Slam and Flash too. Yes. Starduster. That might make the most sense of all. But it's funny because it's Starduster I do not care about, so he might be one that they would throw on there with the jump, which I would want. So you got me again, Joes. G. Bruce says, I'm very excited for the new Ghostbusters flick. I absolutely love Ghostbusters. Well, hopefully you'll enjoy the new movie too. All right, guys. Well, that's, I think, everything. Be on the lookout Saturday. I recorded a new video. I'm going to post it and check it out so y'all can see because it's more G.I. Joe related content. And that'll do it for me. Thank you, as always, for hanging out on your Thursday night when you could be doing everything else, but you're here chilling and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. So, go Niners, bang, bang. Hope you all have an awesome weekend. Make sure to like, comment. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and tell a friend. And also, have a great Friday and a great weekend. I'll be back here not next Wednesday, as my dear brother Jace reminded me. That's Valentine's Day. So we're going to do Lyle's Movie Files probably on Tuesday, but then I'll be back normal time for Lyle's Figure Files next time on Thursday. For now, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Hope you have a great night and a great weekend. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.